Hi everybody, the reason I'm always laughing when you come to me is because I've already pressed 3 buttons on the Stream Deck. And every day you'd think I would learn which one to press, but no, never happens. Anyway, how are you all? How are you doing? Thanks to the early birds, Phyllis and Catherine, Sinead, I can't remember who else, Judy,
Catherine, did you say Catherine?
I said Catherine. I can't remember who else Mr. F said.
Bonnie.
Oh, Gandhi, hello. Today we're doing... Are you ready for this? I don't know that I am. We're doing a floppy page. And it took me hours. Yeah, hours and hours today to work this out. And when you see it, you'll wonder why. But it did. What can I say? So let's have a look at it. And see, yes, and see. Oh, wrong one again.
Yay.
There we go. So it's this page, and I just used, these are papers from Tim Holt's Lost and Found paper pack, 12 by 12 paper pack. And I've used the 12 by 12 because you need it. You could get round it, but I've used 12 by 12s, just makes life easier. On the front we've got a great big whole page pocket. Now I had to put that on there because when I realised what I'd done, this page underneath was upside down. So I had to put a full page pocket on and just pretend like I always intended to do that. Now that doesn't want to go in there. Oh, stop being awkward. Don't start the day off being awkward. Yeah, it's just, look at that, it's just awkward. Come on, what's wrong with you? I've just got it out of there. Why don't you want to go back in? Do you have a problem? It does go in there much more easily. But the mistake I made with the page was I wanted to put a tab where that's, otherwise you don't even know there's a pocket, this is a pocket. And I measured it and put it on there, but that one of the two weren't central. So that could do with being over a bit where that pocket is. But that's why you make these things. Prototypes. So that just flips up like that.
Come out a bit more.
Yeah, come out a wee bit because...
just to start us off on the right track.
Yeah. Perfect. Whoa, well, that'll do. That's fine. So this flips up to that, and I've put an acetate pocket in here, and just the journaling cards just simply are Tim Holtz single-sided. I haven't backed them because I just haven't backed them. Most of them are plain on the back, so it's all right, you could journal, but it's the whole idea, the concept that we're trying to get hold of, not yeah. And that flips out there, the belly band with the journaling card in, and this flips down here. We've got 2 pockets here, angle pocket there. Here we've got a side pocket with a journaling card in. You see, you can journal on that, can't you? I would have thought so. But if I just stuck that pattern on top of that pattern, you couldn't really see it. So put a little band of this paper in, just so you could actually see. This is just being totally awkward, that's it. So what happens is that flips up there, belly band. That oh, I've got a pocket here, a little shallow pocket there. But I intend to make that a bit deeper on the one I'm about to make. That flips over there like that, and that flips down like that. That's how it's supposed to be. Let's see if we can do it. Who knows? So, there we go. Let's put that to one side. And I've made my base page already because I know the rest of it's probably going to take a good while. What I didn't do with that, the one I've just shown you, is I didn't put masking tape over the joints, you know, and I think it needs it. So I'm going to use my number masking tape, washi tape, you know what I mean. I'm going to use that, and I'll show you the pages I've selected. Thanks, Mr. F. Thank you. These are from the Lost and Found one as well. This one, because it doesn't matter which way up it goes, it's never going to be upside down. and that's on the back, which I absolutely love. I just love that. The music papers, but you know, once again, it doesn't have a reel up and a down. You could do it that way and it would be perfectly fine. And on the back of that, we've got, aren't these beautiful on the back? They really are. And then these two, which are a strange inclusion in that book, I think. I guess they've been fabric that he's sort of scanned in. Isn't it beautiful? And it's really got nothing to do with any of the other pages in the book that I can see. And on the back of that, we've got this. And then this one. Oh my goodness me, how gorgeous is that? Yeah, and that's on the back of that. So those are the 4 pages that I've got. I think we're probably going to need them all, or parts of, you know, parts thereof, let's say. So let's, oh, I've got something to show you first. Look at this. Let's bring that down till it focuses. There we are. And it's a little journaling card in the back there. Whoops. A little ruffle. Can you see the little ruffle that's stitched with lace on it and background paper? And that is not mine.
Hidden journaling card. Don't forget the hidden journaling
I showed them that already.
No, the hidden one.
Oh, the hidden one. Oh, yeah. Yeah, look, goes in there. Just like the one I made, except minuscule. And that tucks in there perfectly. And that is Mr. F's. Mr. F's number 1. He started off with a bit more gusto than me. It's really pretty. I'm really proud of him. Well done, Mr. F. So, back to the problem du jour. I've put these reinforcers on already to give me an idea of where I can build to. And that is exactly 5 1/4. I think that might be just a bit neat, so I could make it 5 1/8. Yeah, let's do that. Let's just make the maths really difficult and make it 5 1/8. So for my first piece that's going there, I'm going to use this paper because I really like it. And as with a lot of the Tim 12x12s, you get this when you pull them out the book. It's very annoying. So 5 1/8. Let's trim this off.
But he says, question, can the ATCs have rounded corners or can they be square corners?
They can be rounded. Well, in our competition they can anyway.
Yeah. Well, I think a lot of people use playing cards and they're always rounded.
Yeah, exactly. I've got some dies and they're rounded. So yeah, square or rounded, Bernice. Whatever floats your boat. So we've got this strip now. I'm going to cut that bottom nasty bit off. This is one fault with this. It doesn't like cutting little bits. Doesn't like it at all. I have noticed that before. Unless it's something I'm doing wrong, but I don't know what. So let's go back to the trusty guillotine and cut that nasty bit off. There we go. Right, so what I want is, whoa, come back. I want it to be the same height as this. So let's just check. That's just over 8 1/4. So I'm going to go 8 1/4 and get my scoreboard out. This is definitely a thicker page. So if you don't want thicker pages, it's not for you. But what I would say is it would be great inside a front cover. I think so anyway. So I'm going to do this at 8 and I'm going to score right on 8 and then just 1/8 above that. So the next line across. So 8 and 8 and an 1/8. Let's put that away because if I don't, you know what will happen, don't you? I'll get lost to mankind. So I've looked out my, well, I haven't looked it out, it arrived today. my scorched timber, and it seems to be the juiciest ink pad ever known to man. So I'm being really careful with it. Right, what do I need to do with this? It needs to fold somehow. So let's just fold it that way. I can't actually remember if it's this way, but I'm just going to fold that little spine, if you like, into it, the 1/8 of an inch spine. Just make sure you've got it straight down the side and do that. And then you can see we've got this little spine there, and everything else will build into that. So this is going to be our page that gets stuck down, and I'm just going to ink around everything. But as I tell you, this is a bit lethal, this ink pad, so I am just really going to stroke it down the edge. It is a fabulous colour. You'd be hard pushed to say if it was dark grey or dark brown. It's a kind of mixy up colour, and I absolutely love it, which kind of spurred me on to use Timmy papers today. Papers I'm using were gifted to me by Judy, so thanks very much, Judy. Really do appreciate it. And just put those in, but I think I'm going to put washi over that anyway. Because this Timmy paper's not that awfully strong. I'm lucky with this pack, it's not cracking. Some of his papers do crack. Yeah, just trying to remember what I did, guys. That's the way I want it. And then, yeah, that's right. So I need to work out how, I haven't even inked this side. I'm doing half a job. I've inked the bit that's going to be stuck down. That's helpful. Yeah, that's so helpful. Silly Billy. This is not a very complicated flippy flappy. Those of you that followed the purple Provençal flippy floppy that I did, you'll do this in your sleep. But it's funny when you haven't done it for a while and you come back to it. Oh my goodness, it's brain contorting. But I think this works, so we're all right. So there we are, I've inked around that. This is going to be the bit that's stuck on to the back. This is going to make a pocket on the other side, and you'll see what I mean in a minute. So I want to work out, this is the pocket that I said I was going to make taller when I did it today. So I'd like this pocket to be about, maybe even slightly more than that, about 2.5. About 2.5, so let's just chop that off there. So I'll get my spine marks on 2.5 and cut that off there. Then I can ink just along the top here. And you can put a thumb notch in there if you wish. Do I wish? Yeah. I don't know what's wrong with my bin. I've never had a problem with that staying there before. Have you been fur cleaning my bin, Mr.
Yeah, it's the sort of thing I do.
I know.
When I'm bored, I go through your bin.
Nothing would surprise me. You've been crafting, so things were not as they should be when I came to sit down. The blade on my knife was out. I mean, it's just shocking. It's shocking. Right, so that's our back. This is going to be a pocket. Thumb notch. Yes, I was going to make a thumb notch, wasn't I? So let's get this one out, which is a 2-inch one apparently, and just see where the centre is. Oh, it's just a little touch over 5, so that's the centre. There we are, we'll just ink around that as well. although it's very probably the other side that we'll see, I think. Right, okay, so the next thing that we want to do is select a paper that's going to be kind of the background, and I might select this. It's just gorgeous, isn't it? So I want to score it at the same place as this. Then we'll worry about the height later on, but score it at the same place as that ends. So put a pencil mark there. Be pretty accurate about this. Yeah, so accurate that you can't actually see your mark. Yes, I can, it's there. And it would be a bit easier if I did it with that on the top. Is that my mark there? I think so. Right, so make sure everything's square. Let's go down here.
Diana got her scorched timber.
Ah, you and me both.
She had a splurge on it.
Well, I just bought the ink pad and the oxide pad because I've got two lines on here now and I don't know which is the accurate one. I got to start concentrating. This isn't good enough. That's the one there. It's that one, so let's fold that over there at that line before I lose sight of which it is. Make sure it's square and press it down. Lovely. So that's going to go there like that and there like that. And is that right? Yes. It's okay, it's okay. So this is I need the same width again. Actually, before I get carried away, let's put some washi on here. Otherwise I'll forget. And it'll never get done. And I am just a bit worried that this is going to crack. I think that's the end. Yeah, that's the end. There we go.
Mary's loving your paper choice.
Oh, thank you. It's pretty, isn't it? Well, it's nice. I really like it. So I'm just going to pop that there and I'm going to go right over and join, lie it down where the other one is, and I know it's kind of straight. There we go. So let's just trim that off. Just burnish that down. That wash is really nice, isn't it? It's got to be said. I don't know if anybody saw my little post that I put on the group earlier. For anybody that's got a Gemini MIDI, and I am one of those people, it's a fabulous machine, but what happens is the plates, it's a folder, plastic folder, and they break. Well, they don't, they just bend. And it's not like they bend like a banana, they bend like a bowl. They're really awful. So my machine's been in the drawer well, I nearly threw it out actually when we came over here, but it's just been in the drawer, doing nothing. Until I found the plates on Amazon, and they were very reasonably priced. I think it must be a mistake because they're about half the price they are everywhere else. But, that's okay. £4.7p for 2 sets of plates. So I want to trim that off there. That's going to be a hard mark to see, but we'll try. So I've got no spine in this. That just folds over, there's no spine in it. Okie cookie. Oh yeah, there you are. There you are, I see you. Right, great, we're making progress, making good progress. So what's going to happen is that's going to go behind this. This is going to go onto here like this. This is going to be this flip out here. That's really irritating me, that blue row. So all we need to do is cut this off at the right length. So we'll try it, but when we fold it back, we may have to trim it a little bit more. We'll see how we get on. But I can trim it off at 8, I would say, would be okay. Trim it off to there. But we'll see what happens when we fold it over. Might be that I'm going to have to just tidy it up a little bit. Who knows? I know I had to with the prototype. Okay, where's my line? There it is. So has anybody actually started making ATCs yet? Apart from Mr. F. Oh, and keep that, it's so pretty. Right, so I can have that, so as that opens that way, so that's what you'll see, and then that'll fold over to there, and that's what you'll see, which is alright. I like that. That'll go to there, and then this whole thing will fold down. Yep, okay. So let's ink around here, put some washi down there. It's going to spoil the look of that paper, but I think it's quite important to do it. Couldn't you have fun grunging this paper up? You really could. I'm not going to do much by way of decoration tonight. I just want to basically show you how the flippy floppy works. And then it's up to you really. You're just left with pages as you would be with any journal. Let's do the other side. Has anybody started making ATCs, Mr. F? Anybody saying?
Sassy hasn't. Judy hasn't. Linda, no, she needs a lesson first.
Oh, right.
Sinead's been catching up on ATC videos.
Ah, good for you.
These haven't done any yet. Rhonda's just started the ATC, just playing so far. Sassy says ATCs scare me.
Oh no, Sassy, don't be scared, don't be afraid.
Diana, no ATCs here.
I think I'm keeping you all busy with this project, aren't I? And this is a nice project, I think, because it's just page by page, isn't it? There's nothing daunting about it really, because it is just a page. It is every day. I realise it's quite relentless, but it is just a page.
When we first mentioned ATCs, it seemed so far away.
Yeah, February.
11 days.
Is that all? I better get my skates on and get thinking what I'm going to do. So I'm just inking the inside and the outside of that, and then I'm going to put some washi on it. Let's see which way we want that up. That way, I think. Yeah, I think so. So let's just put some washi on it.
Heather's started, but she wouldn't dare show anybody.
Oh, Heather, don't feel like that. That's the one thing about our group you never have to worry about. People are really kind.
I've only ever made one and you've just seen it.
Yeah, Mr. F was very brave, wasn't he? Showing us his very first effort. Which I'm very proud of. So let's just pull that down till it matches there. Lovely, that's great. Like I say, those of you that followed me when I did the purple Provençal flippy floppy, you'll find this very familiar and probably very easy. But let me tell you, I didn't find it easy this morning. I just didn't. was not making any sense to me. And I looked back through my videos until I was absolutely sick of hearing my voice. Right, so that's going to go onto there. So the pocket's going to be on the other side. Okay, so let's do that. So I just need some glue. Down here. And this is holding these other 3 pages on, so make sure you glue it properly. Not that I'm suggesting you don't glue things properly, but you know, the whole rest of the flippy floppy depends on the integrity of this. So if you wanted to put double-sided on and then glue, that might be an idea. Right, so let's go in there. No, I put the glue on the wrong side. You ninny. Oh, told you I was struggling today. Let's wipe that off. Pretend it's never even been there. Right, the pocket's going on the other side of this. So I need the glue on this side. Painfully, obviously. What is wrong with you today, Miss P? I don't know.
Everybody's saying they're going to have to watch it 3 or 4 times anyway.
Yeah. That is the problem with flippy floppies. But don't forget, you can alter the speed, you know. I often do when I'm watching videos. You don't have to watch through at normal speed. You can race through at double speed, and then when you come to a bit that you want to watch again, just drop it down to normal again. I watch most of the videos I watch on double speed, if I'm honest. Right, sorry, I'm just going to have to check this again. That goes there, that goes... That goes there. Is that right? No. What on... Oh, please, somebody. No, I want the pocket on this side. So for the second time, have I put the glue on the wrong side?
No, you must have been right first time.
Is that right? Is that right now? Yeah, that is right. So the glue's on the wrong side.
You were right first time.
Hello, peeps. Welcome to my show.
Clown show.
Yes, it's the clown show. Oh my goodness me. Turn me around twice, I don't know where I am. Right, this has got to be right because we've tried every which way now. A couple of times for this way.
Sassy says, Miss P, you're normally on pause in my house, not faster.
Right, look, let's get this right. This is going there, that's going there, this is coming over the top of that, so that's going like that. Hooray. So just make sure you've got your spine, you know, there-ish. You're not right down over the spine, but you're up to the spine. And I'm not sure if that's not coming over that. Yeah, I might just have to trim a little bit off down there. Okay, so let's stick that down. I might just have to do some fiddling on the go. But we'll see. This is what happens if you don't do it exactly accurately. So that's there. That folds in like that. This folds down like that. Let's have a look at the... That's in no way right, because that shouldn't be on the top. Sorry guys, I do not know what's happening today. Right. yeah, that's come over the, it's come over this side. I bet you I can't get this off now. Not without causing damage. I'm going to have to cover that up somehow. So what it looks like is this comes over the top. Oh, please forgive me, I'm so sorry. This is a joke. It's a joke. Yeah, so that comes over the top. Okay, 4th time of gluing. I'm going to have to do some repairs, I see. So I had it right first time, second guessed myself and got it wrong 3 times. Right, so that goes onto there. So I want that just up to that spine and not beyond it. And I might have to trim something off this side, but we'll see about that in a second. And I want that just up to that spine. Where is the spine? There. Right, so that's right. I think we're right now. And I've got this bit sticking out here, which, oh, and it doesn't look straight either. It's okay, it's probably straight enough. Maybe. Yeah, I think we're all right. I think we are okay. What I would say though is this is narrower. This is all to pot. This is absolutely all to pot because that's supposed to be stuck on here. I'm going to have to do it the other way around. Oh well, you know. And that doesn't even look straight. That looks a bit better there. Okay, so I think I'm going to have to take a sliver off down here because I've just got too much. Poor measuring as well as poor everything else. I think I'm going to have to do it with my scissors actually, so I can't get that in there. If you measure properly, you should not have this problem. But obviously I didn't. Right, okay. We're building this backwards, but it doesn't really matter. So that's going to fold over there like that, and that's going to fold down there like that, and that really shouldn't be upside down, but it is, and that's okay. I'm quite happy with that length. It's all right.
You turn the entire thing over and fold it the other way. Does it not work? Like
turn it that way.
No, the other way.
That way.
Yeah.
Ah, yeah, it does. I was supposed to have that on that side, but I haven't. But yeah, it should. Yeah, well done, mistress. Yeah. Oh my goodness me! Can you believe this? I've confused myself. I don't know how on earth you're ever going to make sense of this video. It's a disaster. It's 2 pieces of paper we've stuck together. How difficult can it be? Well, I seem to have made it very difficult. Anyway, look, our initial piece of paper, which is this piece here, is there. It's got an 1/8 of an inch spine on it there, and it's got a pocket which goes into there, and this piece is twice the width of this piece, so it can fold over like that. Please let me out of here, quick. You know when comedians or acts or whatever go on the stage and they have like a dire time and they say, I'm dying. Well,
corpsing, it's called.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm just dying before your very eyes. But, you know, irrespective and regardless, I'm carrying on. I absolutely am. So, yeah, we've got the pocket the right way up now. This loose single flap should be on,
Choose the camera.
oh, sorry, should be on the right hand side, which it is. So the only thing we've got to do now is put another piece down here that's going to flip up like that. Oh dear, I'm so sorry guys. I'm really, really sorry. Please accept my apologies. It's not often I make a total and utter boo-boo.
It's going to work.
But that was one of those occasions. Right, okay. So now we want a piece that's going to fit in here, and you want to just leave a little gap there for the spine, just so it's got enough room to fold over. So let's get another piece of paper. How about the music one? I want something that's different to that and different to that. So the music one seems like a good option. So, like I say, just leave a little gap, and it's probably 1/8 of an inch, not much more than that. And I'm trying to be really accurate now because I wasn't. There we go. Which side did I mark this on? I'm so sorry. There it is. I'm not to be trusted alone. Right, let's cut that then. And then I just need to see. So that's going to go there, and I quite like that. That's nice. I could have that, but it's going to be next to that, and it's a bit samey. So let's do that. And I want it to be the full measurement of this plus 1/2 inch. So that is, well, I'm going to, let's say 8. So I'm going to cut this at 8.5. There might be a bit of trimmage to do, but that's okay, as I've already shown. I can trim. So 8.5. There we go. Right, so the next thing I want to do is score that at 1/2 inch along one of the shorter sides. There we go. And I need to ink everything now. It's folding up both ways so it's quite supple, and that's going to just get tucked onto the back of there like that, so it'll flip up like that. So let's ink. I might be regaining my composure, I'm not sure. I'll let you know at the end. Yeah, I think the thing about flippy flappies is the accuracy, and you have to be in the right mood because they are a bit brain contorting. I can't lie to you, they just are. It's not often I contort my own brain, but I managed it there. So isn't this paper beautiful on the back? The back is nicer than the front. Look at that scorched timber, it's beautiful. Right, so I want to just a bit of glue on there, and then that's going to get stuck on there. Before I do that, I think I will put washi on there. So the cold weather seems to have left us. It's left us with rain, but I don't mind that. I'd rather rain than that blinking freezing weather that we had. So it's kind of normal service has been resumed really with rain. It's a pretty rainy country is England. Scotland even more so. So there we are, that's that on. Burnish that down. So that's going to go like that, and this is going to get stuck onto the back of there. So need a bit of glue. Again, am I to be trusted? Who knows? After listening to your suggestions yesterday on the live, I decided to take my gun mechanism off my glue. It's just at the moment, I'm really quite shaky at the moment, and the gun, I find I can't control it very well, but I still wanted to use the bottle, so I've taken the gun thing out and I just rest it in there, and it's working perfectly. So far so good. So that just wants to nestle up about 1/8 of an inch away. Don't impede the spine. That's great there. That's fabulous. Give that a good press down. That looks about the right length to me as well, which is bloody remarkable. Sorry for the bad language. But you know, I've done well so far today, not swearing. So that will fold up over there like that. Let's just crease that in. And then it will fold over there like that. Then it will fold down like that. And we've got to do something with this, but we kind of knew that, you know, somewhere along the line something was going to happen. Well, I knew. And there's our spine there, which is big enough to keep all of this inside. I did toy with the idea of using a magnet, but I don't think we need one. I think it'll stay in place. So the back of that, that's our little 1/2 inch flap to keep that on. So that's the flippy flappy made. Now, wasn't that easy? Yeah, it really was. So let's just see how we want to decorate this. I'm not decorating. I'm just going to put some pockets in place, and then, you know, maybe at a later date I'll come and decorate. So I've got this music paper here. I could just make a regular pocket, I guess. But I've got a regular pocket up there, so I don't really want that. So, I don't know, what did I do on the other one? Oh, I made a full page pocket, didn't I think? Yeah. I made an acetate pocket. A little pocket. Double pocket. Yeah, I could make a double pocket, that would work. Let's do a double pocket, shall we? Ooh. So how much does this measure? It measures 3.5. So half of 3.5 is 1 3/4, I think. Something along those lines. See what this looks like. Might look pants. I'm just trying to use up my remnants. So I can put that one there. And another one up there. Yeah, I think that'll be all right. It looks all right. So let's just put a notch in those. They measure 5 inches exactly. So make a mark there. I've got the two of them together here. So when you put the notch in, they'll both be in exactly the same place. There we go. Ink around those and stick those on. They'll be okay. I might have recovered my sanity, guys. My heart rate might have just gone down to something like normal. It's a horrible feeling when you're doing a live and things go horrendously wrong. That's all I can say. It's horrible. I treated myself to a new ink blendy thing today. And because this ink is so fluid, such a lot of it, it's working all right. But as you see, all I'm doing is really going around the edge like that. And, you know, I'm not flicking at the edge or anything. Roz is missing today because she's gone to see the newest member of her family, little baby boy. So she'll be getting lots of cuddles and spoils in. So they can go there, and I think they look quite nice there actually. So let's glue them in place. I'll glue this one first and then I can debate where the top one wants to go. What they're talking about today, Mr. F?
How cold it is.
Ah.
I'm going to have to double check everything when they do it.
Oh my goodness, I'm sorry. Sorry. So that's there, and I think that one there will be fine. Yeah, about there. Yeah, you will have to double and triple check. But I mean, once I did it, it was patently obvious where it went. It was just me being stupid. So about there, I'd say. Lovely. So that's that pocket, yeah, 2 pockets even. That's that done. That's the bit that's sticking onto our page. Here we've got this. It would look really nice with, you know, Timmy, all decorated up with Timmy. But I'm literally just going to just make a card to go in there.
Judy's had an idea for an ETC she's going to try out this afternoon.
Oh, did it just come to you, Judy? Would that be tall enough like that? Yes, it would. And I can get rid of that nasty bit across there. And I'd like it to be about that wide. So let's trim that. She's just had some inspiration. There we go, and I'm just going to trim this nasty little bit off. There we go. Round the corners, because it's more like a journaling card than anything, I'd say. I'm just going to use the medium one. I used the large one on all the ones in the prototype, but I'm not keen. They're a bit too large, to be honest. There we go. Ink around here. See, you know, I could come back and really have some fun decorating this a la Timmy. I might do that tomorrow morning if I get time. Because I expect something really easy for tomorrow's. I don't really want to go through the trauma of getting something wrong 2 days in a row. It'd be too much for me to bear. This needs backing. You can't journal on that. But I'll deal with that further down the line. And of course, back it with something thin. Otherwise, you run the risk of it not folding up very nicely. So that goes in there. So that's a nice journal card in there. If it was decorated, it would be great. Here I think I'll put an angle pocket on. Excuse me. Oh, I've got this that I haven't used yet. Well, I used, but then I promptly buried it. So yeah, I can use this. So I think I might make this, I know it makes things wider, but I think I might make a gusseted pocket here. So let's see what that measures and add an inch to it for the gussets. It measures, I'm going to say 4 3/4, so I'll need to cut this at 5 3/4. Five and 3/4. Can I do it that way? Yes. There we go. And how tall do I want it to be? I want to gusset on the bottom, but I've got this raggy bit, but that's fine because it's going to get turned up, turned up. So how tall do I want this to be? About 4.5. So I'll cut it at 5 because there's only one gusset going on the bottom. No gusset on the top, obviously. So I'll cut that at 5. There we go. And make a gusseted pocket. So 1/2 inch round each edge apart from the one you've designated to be top. There we go. So just cut the corners off your pocket. Cut up to the cross and then down again. That's that. Fold your score lines in like so. And then I want it to be angled, so that's going to fit there just perfectly actually. So I want it to be angled from about there to about there. So I'll just get my guillotine, line up those two marks over here on the blade side. Is that the mark I made? I think so. Just line those up. It's just an arbitrary measurement. You can make yours whatever you like. And let's ink around there. It's actually coming together now. I've still got that naughty bit where I made a mess of the glue to deal with, but we can deal with that. We can. I'm sure. I never put thumb notches on my angled pockets. I just don't think they look right, but it's up to you. If you do, carry on. So the first thing I want to do is just glue the bottom down. Like that. Hold your sides in, put your bottom, the bottom of your pocket I should say, rather more than your bottom, just where you want it to go, which is about there, and give that a good press down like that. And then I'm going to do what I always do. There's no need for you to do this. I just find it works for me, so that's what I do. I just put washi over that leading edge of that pocket so that your journaling card or whatever can slip in and out unimpeded. There we go. I'm drunk today. Except I'm not. If I was, I could blame it on that. So there we go. So that's going to fold up like that. So just glue down your side gusset. There we go, and this one. Oh, we've been watching New Tricks, TV programme from I don't know when. It's not that old.
Early 2000s, I think.
Yeah, early 2000s. So it's what's that? 20 years old. Yeah, it's quite old then. But since we started watching it, we watch it at every available opportunity. The only real other thing that we watch on the telly is Jeopardy. And that's it. We either watch New Tricks or we watch Jeopardy. And Jeopardy's only on for, I don't know how long, 40 minutes or something like that. So the rest of our viewing evening is taken up with New Tricks. And we're really enjoying it. So that's that. So I need something on here. Oh, what shall I put on here? That's a darned good question, isn't it? I've got this and it's got a fold in the middle, crease in the middle. But I could put two pockets on overlapping, couldn't I? Right, let's cut that up in the middle where it's already scored. So that's 5 inches. And these are probably going to be too big, just to give me an idea, give me a starting point. You know, let me reiterate, you can decorate yours any way you see fit. I'm just... So I could have that and that. No, I want the other side, I want this side. So I could have that and that. I think they're a bit in the big side, aren't they? Let's cut an inch off them. Make them 4 inches. Oh, that's what they are. That's what they are already. Let's take them down to 3.5. 3.5 and 3.5. So that could go there, couldn't it? And that could go there. I can't see what's wrong with that. I think that's okay. It's very similar to a page we've already done in the journal. But yeah, let's do that. Let's take out some thumb notches and do that. 1/2 of 3.5, so 1 3/4. Ink around those. I can only apologise for my wretched behaviour earlier on. I don't know what was going on. I'd talked myself into it actually, because I'd said to Mr. F before we began, I really don't know what I'm doing here. So I'd talked myself into not knowing what I was doing. And then of course it came true. I'll be reliving that all evening. There we go. So I'm going to have 2 overlapping pockets like that, that you can get nice little cards in. I think, you know, no gusset on them, so they're very flat. So, you know, don't put too much of anything in them really.
It says, no apologies needed, Miss P, we love you.
Oh, thank you, Fiona. Well, today's the 20th, which means we're kind of 2/3 of the way through this. And I think that was my first major faux pas. It's pretty good, really. There we go. So let's just line that up along there, about a scant 1/4 of an inch in from the edge. There we go. And this one, scant 1/4 of an inch in from there.
Deborah says, we love you, Miss P.
Oh, thank you.
Lisa says, we love you.
Oh, you're so kind.
And Sharon says, no worries or stress, Miss P. Let it go.
Oh, I know, but
You're
I can't.
awesome and we love you.
Oh, thank you. I just can't let things like that go. I feel like I've let you down. Because this is tricky enough working out where things go without me being a complete Charlie about it. But I hope if you get yours wrong, it makes you feel better to know I got mine wrong too. Because I know when we did the flippy flappies, people were sticking left-hand sides onto right-hand sides, and it's really easy to do. So 1/4 of an inch up from the bottom or thereabouts, 1/4 of an inch in from the side, scant 1/4 of an inch.
Linda says thank you for soldiering on.
What choice do I have?
It says makes you human.
Oh.
So there's obviously some doubt about that.
Oh, I'm human, all right. I'm human with all my errors, all my
Catherine
ways.
says you make me feel better.
Well, isn't that a joy, you see?
And Janya's loving the mixed media looking paper. Is that Timmy paper?
It's Timmy. It's a pad called Lost and Found that was very, very kindly sent by Judy.
Yeah, I think Janya's probably at work, so she's probably watching but can't hear.
Oh, yes, Janya. Janya, yes, Timmy. Wonder if she can lip read. So that's pretty much all of that. We haven't put a card in there. We haven't put anything in here. But you've got the gist of it. So that then folds up to there. So we need something on here that, you know, looks right this way. And I think the perfect thing for there is a belly band, actually. So that...
Camera.
Oh, camera, you don't want to be looking at me.
Or me.
So let's see what I've got left. Well, I've got this long strip of this. I'm trying to utilise my scraps. That'll do. That's all right. It's almost perfect. Just like Mr. F. He's almost perfect. I say to him sometimes, Mr. F, you is almost a genius. But he's most upset because he doesn't know why he's just almost. What is it that makes him just almost? How does he lose those couple of points? Well, he doesn't really, but I can't let him know that. I'm making this 1.5 inches. You could make the fanciest belly band in the world if you wanted. But please bear in mind, it's all got to fold up into 1/8 of an inch spine. So, you know, keep it modest is what I would say. Modest is a good word, yes, keep it modest. The whole idea of it is the flippy flappies. If you wanted to enlarge it, you could, but you'd have to re-engineer it almost. Because you'd have to make that spine wider and you'd have to make this spine here up the side wider as well. I mean, it can be done. We've done it before. But you probably would get away with putting something on this belly band and then, some, you know, obviously something behind it. But we'll just stick with simplicity for the rest of the day. If I'm feeling sprightly tomorrow, I might do a separate little video about how I've decorated this, if you'd like it. I don't know if you see enough of me as it is, I guess. Try and get that something like middling there. I think does that look about right? Maybe across that way a wee touch. About there. So there's our belly band, and I haven't got any papers. Oh, I've got that. I'm going to leave it because I wanted, when I come to decorate, I want to have, you know, carte blanche, as it were. Ooh, that's a posh word. And that folds to there. Now, is this the one that we had, that I had trouble with? I thought this was the one that had, maybe I've covered it up with a washi. I thought we had a scar somewhere on something. Yeah, there it is, the little blighter. So that folds like that. That's done. That folds like that. So we need something on this page. I could do a little acetate window. That might be quite nice. And I love that, and I think that goes quite well with that. Yeah, let's do a little acetate window pocket. So I want it, I'm not going to put gussets in it. It starts getting tricky doing acetate windows with gussets in. So I want it to there. And I only want about, I don't know, what's that measure? 3 and a half, 4 inches, let's say 4 inches. So let's just guess where 4 inches is. About there, I'd say. I'm guessing. This is going to be tricky. Look at that. Oh, how I love my Timmy Precision trimmer. I could cut this central piece out with it, but I'm not that proficient at it yet. So I'm going to use the really pretty side. And I'm just, you've seen me do this a million times. I bet you're absolutely fed up of it, but it's the same every time. I'm going to make the thing 1/2 inch, the frame. So I'm going to draw round, right round in 1/2 inch. And the reason I do this, because I can cut it out no bother just holding the ruler up to it like that, but I don't know where the corners are. So I'm doing this just so as it lets me know where to start and stop with my knife. So there we go. Let's get my knife and just... So this doesn't need a backing on it, you know, it's... You're never going to see the other side of it, which makes life a lot easier. Whoops. That's why it's a good idea to hold your ruler there, because if you go offline you will not go past your ruler. And these Timmy ones have got a steel rule in this side, so you can push up against it. There we go. And hopefully that'll come out. Yeah, there we go. Oh, or not. Just a little bit there. There we are. Right. So, I don't know if I've got any remnants of acetate that are big enough. That one looks like it's, yes, that's amply big enough. So I'm just going to place that over where I want it to go, and I'm going to get a fibre tip pen, fine liner, whatever, something that's going to mark the acetate. Just draw lines where I want to cut it. Like that. How are we getting on, Mr. F?
Grand.
Grand?
Jenny says a glorious floppy flappy. Sorry, I'm popping in and out and I'm on mute, lol.
She probably missed all the debacle, the early debacle. If she thinks it's glorious, she must have missed it.
It's where you end up, not how you get there.
Oh, Mr. F, even you've turned sweet.
Because I don't want to blow my chance of getting some tea.
I don't know what you're having for tea, do you know?
I've no idea.
Cereal, possibly.
Possibly.
Oh yeah, we had lasagna today for lunch. Oh my goodness me. It was delicious. It was Mr. F at his finest, I can tell you. It was gorgeous. There was loads of it as well, but I got full and I couldn't get any more in. So I had to call it a day and leave some on my plate, which was terrible. But there's loads left for tomorrow. In actuality, there would have been enough for 3 days, I think. Just take the release tape off there. Nope, that's not stuck down properly. It seems very quiet in here today, Mr. F.
Well, that's because you've been thinking. I don't like interrupting you when you're thinking.
Oh, please do.
So Shaz says it's really important to see difficult problems and how crafters get out of them. She's learnt so much. Thank you, Miss P.
Oh, Shaz, thanks. She's a doll. Right, so let's stick this onto there. Of course, with the double-sided, you've got no problem with squidgy glue coming over. So there we have it. Oh yes, I forgot to ink around my the inside of my pocket. Oh well, you know, that's life. Sorry, I could hear you about to say something. Were you about to say something?
No, it's just yawning.
Oh.
Renee said she had lasagna last night for her dad's 88th birthday.
88. Wow. You are so lucky to still have your dad. Both my parents are gone. Sadly missed, I can tell you. Right, so that's going to go there. And I don't want it, it's not going to go, but make sure that you step it up above this washi. So it's going to go there like that. And then we've got a really nice pocket there. So let's just glue that down.
Linda Johnson loves the use of tape, not glue.
Yeah, I do too.
And Renee says he lives with them.
Oh right, oh well that might be quite difficult for you then. What a good daughter you are. But lasagna, nice party food. So let's just pop this onto here. And it's taking up that whole width really, which is fine.
Kim says she's seen a lot of videos where they cut out the mistakes.
Yep, this is alive. I do not have that option, and
we don't do it anyway.
We don't do it. We do not do it. If I make a mistake, it's probably one that you're going to make, and so you need to see how to get out of it. I can't stand, and it's one of my absolute pet hates, that is, when you're watching a video and you're watching, everything's going well, and then suddenly there's a jump and it's obvious there's no continuation, you know, things are moved around. And they don't say anything about it. You made a boo-boo. Everybody does. Don't panic about it and let us see. But anyway, that's my own personal little rant. Then that folds over like that. Now we've got this problem here. So we need to fix that. And the best way I can think to fix it is put a top pocket on it, like a top tuck, which I think will hold in place fine. See what I've got to make one with. I've got that. I think that would be all right. I need to introduce that blue somewhere else though, 'cause so far that's the only bit of blue I've got. So yeah, I might do it with the blue. I just need it to be, let's use this bit here.
Shaz says the lambs are due to lamb, the sheep are due to lamb Guinea next month.
Really? You're so early.
It's because they're so far south.
Yeah, I know. No, ours aren't due yet. We don't have sheep. I mean, the sheep that are up here are nothing like lambing yet. They're getting nicely rounded. They're looking chunky, but they're not ready to lamb yet. Have you had yours in then all winter? Or have you had any winter? There we go. I'd make the world's worst farmer. I'd be absolutely horrendous at it, because there is no way I could let anything go to be killed. I couldn't. Right, so that's all right there. That's going to be all right. And I think I'll just cut it down like that. So I'm going to make a mark about there and about there. And I think we'll be okay at that. I think that'll be all right. Now, where's the marks? Where are the marks? There and there. Okay. So that's going to go there. Going to hide all my trials and tribulations underneath it. And we can tuck something up there. Tuck something up its chuff. There we go. This is gorgeous paper, isn't it? Funny, I've never seen it in any of the backdrops or anything. Yeah, so this is going to be the side that you see. Oh well, it is what it is. I'm just going to go over that with a bit of ink. You won't see it, but it'll make me feel better.
Shaz says she leaves all that part to Dave.
Ah, right. Well, yeah, I mean, you've got to earn money. You've got to sell your lambs, as simple as. But I'd find that so difficult. So glue round the, I'm going to use tape. Whoever said it is dead right. It's easier to use tape. Yeah, I'm just saying I couldn't do it.
Kerry Bet says hello, she's late, they're all there. Kerry, Chloe, Ryan and Molly are all watching.
Everybody's come home. Brilliant. I'm sure they really enjoyed it. Yeah, well, Kerry, let me tell you what you missed. a trauma, terrible time getting this right. But we're kind of on the straight and narrow now. Let's trim that off. There we go, burnish it down. Anything that resembles a bone folder will do. And now pick these up. Whoa. Seldom do I get my scalpel out that I don't think of Shaz, who had a terrible accident, terrible injury with a scalpel. Oh, a good while ago now. But it's still in my mind, and it can happen, so be careful. You know, you need them sharp for cutting your paper, but they do cut. So I want that right on that edge there. Down there, and it just fits perfectly in there. That is nice, I like that. And of course you can decorate it any which way you like. I'm just going to make a card to go in there, because I know Judy, for one, isn't keen on top tucks, and I think it's because things have a tendency of falling out of them. But I just want to make a card to put in there and see. Let's see if it works properly. So I want it as full width as I can get, so it's quite tight in there. So let's trim that off there.
Shaz says she's never used one since.
I don't blame you, Shaz. Honestly, I bet certainly more times than not I think of you when I'm using a scalpel. It serves as a stern reminder.
Once bitten, twice shy, eh?
Yeah, absolutely. So can I get that in there, or will it not go? It's a bit tight, need a little bit more of that. I was being a bit parsimonious. That's about an eighth, another eighth of it. Let's see if that's going to work. Yeah, that's pretty good. I like that. That's good. It's quite tight, so it's not going to drop out and rock around. I think I want to cut that about there. So yeah, that's the problem when you have things that are too loose and they fall out, and I can understand that Judy doesn't like that. I don't like it either. So let's put that back in there. Yeah, that's all right. Now this is the page that you're going to see. This is our opening page, as it were. So it needs quite a lot of decoration actually. Let me just chop the corners off this, and which will probably facilitate its going in and out of that top tuck, and ink around it. That's good enough to journal on actually, the back of that. But we'll see how I decorate things. There we go. So that just slides nicely, well, quite tightly but properly into there. So this, as I say, is going to be our opening. It's what you'll see on the, you know, as you're going through your journal. So I want this to be really quite fancy. So I don't know what that will involve. No doubt pieces of Timmy ephemera. In that pad that I had, the Lost and Found, there was a page full of the months of the year, and I'd like to include that because this is our January daily. So, you know, it might be that that's a bit big. Well, it will fit somewhere in this thing. I could put it there. I could put it there, couldn't I? And then put a card in behind it. That might be quite nice. We'll see anyway what I arrive at. So that's it, flat open like that. I don't think I've glued the bottom of this properly because I've got a feeling this is coming out the bottom. Let's have a look. Yeah, look, it's coming out there. I haven't glued. Some part of this isn't gluing properly. I'll put double-sided on there, but that's probably not helping anything. No, I need to glue something to something. Yeah. Look, I've got a gap along there. Oh dear, okay. A little bit tricky, but we can do it.
Marilyn says hi, she's catching the last few moments. Looks like a great project today.
It's had its troubles, Marilyn. It's had its troubles. Or should I say I've had my troubles with it. Yeah, that feels better. That's glued now. Right, so that's the inside. And of course it needs decorating. Of course it does. But I've got, you know, just an idea. I've got these, every page here has got this roses on, apart from this. So I could just pop that, you know, pop these along there, and they just bring it all together, wouldn't they? So that's just an idea for there, a little idea. And that flips up like that, and we've got a belly band there. We've got the pocket here with the journaling card in, that flips like that. We've got the acetate pocket. Then this comes down like that. This is what you'll see in the journal. So decorate it however you will. If you hadn't stuck the wrong thing to the wrong thing, you're not obligated to put a top tuck there. To be honest with you, I quite like it. Usually in a journal, everything, not a flippy floppy because they're all over the place, but in a journal, when you're decorating, you always put your pockets at the bottom, and it ends up that the bottom is much thicker than the top. And the odd top tuck kind of mitigates that a little bit. So let's stick it on the page then. Let's hope it fits, because if it doesn't, I'm seriously going to cry.
Phyllis was screaming date, but I think it's already on your page, isn't it?
Yeah, it's on my page. I'm ready to go. Yeah, that's all right. That fits there. If you remember, when we measured the black card to start with, it measured 8 1/4, and we made this 8. So you can see I've got just a little bit at the top and a little bit at the bottom. That's fine. That was as we measured. So something's accurate. So let's stick this on here.
Janya loves this project.
Oh, Janya, thank you. Thank you very much. So I'm using collal just simply because it's quicker to cover large areas. So if you can make sense of this one, guys, well done. But I think the answer to it all along was pretty simple. I was just being silly. So I want that about there, and about there. Yep. Lovely. Lovely, lovely. Let's open that up so I can press this down properly. I like these two little stacked pockets. I like stacked pockets. I mean, they're not properly stacked, but they're...
Jane Humphrey says too cool.
Too cool for school. So there we go. We've somehow we've got there. Not sure how. If I was a drinker, I'd have a large one about now. But I ain't, so it'll have to be something like coffee. So that's our flippy floppy page, and you see it is quite thick. See that there? Oh, you can't because I'm on the wrong camera. It's quite thick just for an insertion in a normal journal. But like I say, if you wanted to put that on the inside of your front cover or the inside of your back cover, I think it'd be great. I mean, it would puzzle people before they even went into your journal. So let's put that in the right place. Then I'll show you the prototype again and we'll see if it looks anything like it. Oh, somebody on the comments suggested very wisely that these large paper clips like these might be better if you put 2 paper clips towards the end. And I think that makes perfect sense actually. I put 1 in the centre, but if you had 2 nearer the ends, I think that would make it just a bit stronger, you know. So yeah, thank you whoever it was that suggested that. It's a blinking good idea that I will going forwards implement.
Kim says, is the size of the ATC the size of a business card? Well, you can show her mine if you like.
The problem is you can get business cards in all shapes and sizes, can't you? Where is it? Here's Mr. F's ATC, and it measures. Now's the time to see how accurate he was. It measures 3.5 by 2.5 exactly, may I say. Well done. So yeah, that's that.
Where's the big version in your book? I like comparing sizes. Here's
the large one in this book. Let's get the large one in this book. Let's just fold my flippy floppy away. Yeah, there's my 2 that I did. 1 sewn and 1 glued. And then there's Mr. F's. It's teeny tiny, but it's a perfect representation. It's just perfect. It's just tiny. So yeah, if he can do that with his big fingers, then
Fat, podgy fingers.
no, just bigger, aren't they, than my fingers? That's all. So if he can do that, then we can all do that. And I think that's a great number one for him to kick off with. It's just cute, isn't it? I mean, look at that little tiny little card that he's made that hides in the belly band. It's so super sweet. So yeah, 3.5 by 2.5. So I've no idea how that relates to business cards. I guess maybe, but it's just cut 3.5 by 2.5, and then you can't go wrong. And I'm not sure the correct etiquette, but in our ATC swap, you can round the corners, you can leave them square, entirely up to you. So that's Mr. F's and the two what look like giant versions of it next to his. So I was going to show you, this is the prototype of the one I did, and this is a whole page pocket because I mucked up with this one and I had the paper there going upside down, so I had to put something on it to cover that my mistake up. Then you open it up, and yeah, that's the little pocket there, which caused me so much grief. I don't know why it caused me so much grief. This piece of paper just gets stuck in behind it, like that. So try and bear that in mind and don't get bogged down like I did. 2 stacked pockets here, an angle pocket there, big side pocket down there. That goes up to there, belly band in there. That flips over like that, acetate pocket, and it comes down like that. This is crying out to be decorated. Crying, I can hear it. So that was the prototype. You can see why my brain's frazzled today, can't you? I've done 2 of these today. And this is today's version of events. That flips open like that. Acetate pocket, flips open like that, flips down like that. So we've got 4 nice, good, proper size pages. So there's the pocket, which is the continuation of this paper. So you can see this needs to go behind it. So it's not a difficult concept. I made it look mighty difficult, but it's not. So I've got sort of overlap pockets here, angled pocket there, the pocket that you get from this that holds everything on in there, folds up belly band, acetate pocket, and the top tuck. So there we have it, guys. It's been a fun ride today.
Bumpy one.
Yeah.
Bumpy ride.
I hope Jania's landing is better than this. Anyway, we got there in the end, and I will try and get that decorated because it'll just look so much better when it is. Right, if I recover and I dare, I'll see you tomorrow. But you know, I'm sure I will. We've done worse things on live, haven't we?
Far worse.
Things that have gone horrendously wrong that were unrecoverable, actually. But at least this one I could plough on and get there in the end. So please take your time over it. Sorry, you're going to have to watch it several times. But once you get it, you'll think, how did I not get that? That's the thing. And good luck with it. And I'll see you tomorrow. We'll both see you tomorrow, won't we?
Both see you tomorrow, undoubtedly.
So
hopefully, maybe.
Take care out there. There may be unsuspecting flippy flappies. Yeah, and be kind. So thanks for watching, guys. Thanks very much. I really appreciate it. And see you tomorrow. Bye for now. Bye.
Take care. Bye.